Hello and welcome to What We Do Wednesdays. Today we'll be talking about the arm lines, and they're going to be hard to show with the bands, hence you're looking at a picture of them. For the arm lines, you've got front and back, and you've got superficial and deep. So you've got four arm lines to look at in general. Now, the superficial front arm line starts in the fingers down here, and they're your flexors, so bringing the fingers in towards the palm, and then runs through the inside of the lower arm here, very thinly going like onto the inside of your arm, and then attaches into the bigger chest muscle up here. On the other side, on the deep one, you can see same, it kind of attaches more so just through the forearm, not so much into the hand. And it's a bit of a bigger band through that inside of the arm, a bit of bicep coverage there, and also then into pec minor, which is the smaller chest muscle lying underneath that big muscle there. So actually saying as well, those blue lines, they are the connective tissue, they're not the actual muscle you're seeing. What's also quite cool to notice here is that we've got the superficial front line. Also it attaches through the ribs and attaches to the spine all the way down into the hip. So we've got quite a long coverage there. On the back lines, you've got obviously the opposite side. Attaches on the fingers, the superficial, they're your extenders, so bringing your fingers out from a fist into a flat hand, or possibly extend further if you've got the flexibility. Through the top of your arm, and then goes into the big shoulder complexes up here, so your deltoids, rear and medial, into your trapezius if we're talking muscle. Rhomboids look a bit deeper, so you've got your trapezius meat and the lower one as well. And then you've got your deep arm line, which is more your tricep rather than the big shoulder compartment. Attaches into your lovely small muscles like your rotator cuff muscles that we often have problems with. So they are connected all through this. And you can actually see nicely on this one how you've got one going in under the armpit, one then coming over the arm, over the shoulder blade here. Another strain is going over the shoulder blade and then going under and through. So it just shows you a little bit more how crisscross things can be. Now, what does that all mean with those arm lines? Like, what kind of issues do we see? Often what can come in through those is obviously you're wearing your shoulders as earrings, and not so often this formation of the hands. That's probably more of an age thing, which again is related to your connective tissue as well, because as we age, the body dehydrates a lot more. Things get tight and stiff, and that's when we often, get those claw fingers and stuff happening. That can also be to the nervous system though as well. So it's not always just one. It's actually never just one. There's always multiple things that come together, but we're trying to talk just about the connective tissue here. Also, what we can see with the arm lines, particular through the front arm lines, the deep as well as the superficial, is obviously a rounding through here. So if they get nice and tight, as you remember, hopefully they came in here through the big chest muscle as well as a bit deeper through the small one. So if this gets tight, this will just kind of pull everything in and also pull the shoulders forward. So again, if you are one of those people that sits in front of the computer a lot, or on a desk, or does anything, even driving, because everything is kind of forward here. So if we can't control in this position and keep us a little bit more here, then this just becomes nice and short. Okay, so maybe a thing you can try, something very easily to adapt, is to really consciously see how you're sitting in front of your desk. If you're here typing away, or if you're here driving away, or whether you're one of these people over here. Okay, so by simply just trying to keep your shoulders back, keep nice and relaxed. And it's not so much actually about pulling the shoulders back, because now it comes that front line that attaches into the spine and through the ribs and everything. So what we're looking at, my mum always taught me when I was little, pull your shoulders back, be nice and upright. But as you could see straight away what happened, pull your shoulders back, you push your lower back forward. Okay, so we don't want to go into a lordosis. We want to go from this position here, everything is nice and tight, into an open position here without pulling our lower back out. So what it actually is, what we're doing, is we're working our rib cage. We're pulling our rib cage down and up, okay? So it's not so much a spinal movement, rather than working that rib cage around the spine, if that makes sense. Takes quite a bit of practice and a bit of loosening things up and stuff. Mobilization wise, there's quite a variety of things you can do, in saying that most of the ones I showed you are the ones for the lateral line last week. Sit and reaches we always do, because they're always reaching, so we're always tapping into those arm lines in what we do mobilizing wise. Actually, let's do one for the neck, because often people, you know, that have that problem here combined, so we're often seeing this one with this one. So let's relax through here at least. So you might all be familiar, and I have to stand up for that one. Hello, puppy. What do you do down there? You might all know this stretch for the neck where you push your hand down and you let your head fall over, and then you feel a nice big stretch going through the neck here. Okay. So again, often, usually in the past, this was just holding a static stretch. Now I've just adapted that a little bit. And all I do is I relax the arm and I push the arm down. The head's completely relaxed, it's just fallen into the position where it's comfortable. So I'm not pushing down, I'm not pulling my head over, this is all unnecessary. Just let your head relax and let the arm do the rest. Important as well, because as you saw in the pictures, your arm lines go all the way into your fingers. So you do want to apply force or create force by pulling your fingers out and long and down and relax and down and relax. And this one you can also adjust now by actually pushing the shoulder back a little bit, so you're getting a bit more of a stretch through here. If you bring the arm forward, you will feeling a little bit more tension through here. You can also adjust through the head, slightly tilt that forward, or you can bring your head back and again adjust wherever you feel that you may need a little bit more. And that's where the 3D factor comes in. So if we're just staying in this position here, you're working just that one line only over and over and over again. So play around with your angles, okay? And just find where in this whole structure it is for you more individual, where you actually need the work. Okay, because it's not always just that one line. We want to work the whole complex. Cool. Hope that helps. Hope that's some useful information. So then, yes, very good for anyone, as I said, who's typing a lot, who's driving a lot, even picking up the kids. There's a lot happening in the arms, and we often neglect them as well. So another nice thing you can do to yourself is just give your forearms a bit of a rub every now and then. They'll love you for it. Okay? Beautiful. We'll see you all next week. Take care.